Hey, BIS 302. Is this thing on? Hi, I'm Michael Fair. I'll be your host. Welcome to some session B, BIS 302. Uh, you're in for it. You're asking for it. Anyways, I got a sense of urgency, not because the night before the class starts, but also because the weather, uh, bad stuff's in front of me. I can get this in between uh, storms. There's where I am. Many of you scholars. I'm at Starbucks enjoying the greatest drink in history, a nitro. All right, so enough, right? You want to get going. Okay, so I got a list of things. Wait a second. I can't see what's going on here. Uh, and welcome to some of you who actually are taking me again from 301. I don't know what's wrong with you, but go right ahead. And I think I have a lot of Starbucks baristas or people. That's cool. All right, so you want to know who I am? You already saw that in my biography on ASU. I've done just about everything that you could do. I've worked in chain of command, sales, uh, freelance artist, actually sold my art, photojournalist, reporter, uh, management, sales, $5 million revenue sales, sergeant for Milwaukee County, officer in Maricopa County, kind of been there, done that. So I like to relate to each of my students if possible and into your objectives, your goals, things like that. Right now, I'm up in Wisconsin, by the way. That's why I can handle this. For those of you that know me, yes, she's still here, my significant other, Ruby. I got it in February during the first session of spring, and she's got 11,000 miles on her. All right, you guys must be wondering, what the heck am I talking about? All right, let's get it rolling. So you do know, obviously, that you got to do the academic integrity statement, initial that, because you don't want to cheat, plagiarize, right? Take the syllabus quiz. You post it online, upload it, send it to me, whatever. I'll score it. It's up to 10 points, just so you're familiar with what's going on. In terms of the question about discussion, do your best on that one. We don't have as many discussions as 301, but I use the same syllabus quiz. Duh, not a good move. Our discussions here are going to be are a little different. Okay, so if you give me one of the correct answers, I'm good. All right. So the text. Oh my God, I know I have it here, don't I? You need the text. If you don't get the text and read it, oh my God, it's gonna really expose you pretty quick, right? So there it is. I have it. We just started using this edition on this last class. I think it's good. Okay, it'll give you a understanding what we're trying to get to here. Okay, the Easter eggs. What are those, right? Well, during this video and all my videos, I will usually give you 3 Easter eggs. That is, I will stop the video. Well, I'll stop my babbling and I'll say, okay, Easter egg number 1, boom. And then in the middle of it, I'll say Easter egg number 2, boom. At the end of it, I'll say Easter egg number 3, boom. You send me those in email, I give you 5 points. It tells me that you've seen the video, okay? Pretty simple concept, right? Okay, now, for those of you working ahead, some of you, you're really psyched up or you're psyched out because some people are working far ahead already. We haven't even started yet. Be careful with that. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I don't want you to miss anything, okay? If you have to do it because of timing and everything, I understand that. But this is and is not a self-guided course. 2 ways of looking at that. It's self-guided, of course, but there's so many stumbling areas for undergrads to do in this course, okay? And we'll get to those, all right? I am going to change things as we go along. This is an imperfect class. They all are. We all evolve better, right? It's just like real life, okay? So I know there's a couple things here that are imperfections that I'll get to as we get closer to them. One of the things I'll be doing is changing rubrics for the proposal and the final paper and even the lit review. I'm going to take away some of the emphasis of the APA formatting and the grammar spelling, even though I want those. You can get dinged for those harshly, but I'm going to take away some of that emphasis. I'm going to put it more on content, okay? Especially as we get to the end, okay? So I'll explain more about that later, but don't panic, whatever. Uh, Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you got to read the text. You got to do the work to pass. If you do the work, chances are you're going to pass. Doing the work's the hard part. Okay. All right. I heard some other professors say work ahead, whatever. No, I see keep pace. It's tough. I think we got 41 days. We had 38 days in session A. We have 41 session B. This is absurd to do a 3 credit upper level course like this. Uh, requires 130 hours of investment typically. Okay, so you do the math. Okay, so if we have I'll do the math for you. 130 hours divided by 41 days. I got a wobbly table. Sorry. That means you're going to have to put in a little over 3 hours a day on this course. Okay, so see that? There's your life. See ya. You got this course to worry about. No, so it does take a lot of work. So I'm going to help you out as best as I can. Uh, and when I say that, I mean through phone calls, through these videos, through uh, adjusting due dates accordingly, things like that. I hate being punitive on due dates. The due dates I set up are to show you more about the chronological order that I want you to do things, okay? If I just make everything at the end of each module, you don't know what comes first or why. And I'm making it so it's a sequential type of due date thing, okay? Now, because of the odd timing, the due dates are odd. They fall on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, okay? Let's deal with it. I get so many complaints. They had everything due on Thursday. Well, yeah, that'd be great. It would be great, but I don't, okay? So deal with it, all right? If you need to have me adjust for some reason, let me know. That's all I ask my students. Email me, okay? You don't have to make up an elaborate excuse, okay, about your pet, your grandma, anything else. You don't have to. You can say, dude, I need an extra 24 hours on this. How about it? Dude will say, yeah, go ahead. All right, seriously, you'll find that I'm very flexible, but I need to know that you know, okay? Because the people that just would ignore my due date because dude's going to be flexible, or whatever. I know you don't talk like that, but yeah, I'll be flexible. But I got to know that the due date is Friday at midnight, and you're just saying give me 24 hours, and I'm saying okay because you get it. All right, I'd rather have you submit quality work than garbage, right? Quality work late than garbage work on time. Okay, that's my philosophy on it. All right, everybody's got a different one. You know that, right? Okay, so let's get into what do we got here? Easter egg number one. Here it is. Okay, as the people that had me before and everybody else should know, uh, what is IDS? What is interdisciplinary studies? It's integration. It's about integration. So Easter egg number one is IDS is integration. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on, right? Okay, what are we doing in this class? Well, we're doing research. All right, and it's probably research that you've never experienced before. Okay, um, we're doing scholarly academic research. We're not doing high school research, or we're not doing personal research like we use the term. I use it. Everybody use it. It's fine. Like I'm going to research a trip to Europe. I'm going to research a new car. I'm going to research this. We ain't doing that. Okay. We're also not doing. I really want to know more about X, so I'm going to research it. No, 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 no. Researchers always inherently research about stuff they want to know more about, but that's not why they do it. Okay. Why do they do it? They do it to add to the body of knowledge in their field, however incrementally. If that's an eyedropper in the ocean, whatever. It is adding to the body of knowledge in their field. That's what academic, scholarly, post-grad research is, okay? All right, so I hope I don't get taken off of YouTube for music violation. I don't know if you guys can hear that. All right, so, okay, so what is research? Well, when you read the first chapter of this book, you're going to find out what it's not and therefore what it is, okay? So a lot of things I just mentioned, that's what it's not. And what it is it's adding knowledge to the field of study that you're in. All right. So you're going to add new knowledge. How exciting is that? In less than 6 weeks. How scary is that? Wow. I know I'm scared. We're talking about 15 to 25 pages paper about, just so you know, people are turning off their phones right now and saying, get me out of this course. Okay. So what is IDS? Talked about that. Integration, right? It's about integration. So what is IDS research? What does that look like? Okay. Well, let's think of it as this. If you were a psychologist doing research in your field, you'd be sticking with psychology, right, as a discipline. You'd be sticking to psychological terms in psychology. You'd be thinking about talking about psychology theory, All right, you'd be staying in your lane, right? You stay in your lane if you're psychology, if that's what the research is. Interdisciplinary research is different. It has no boundaries. It's wide open. Okay, so an interdisciplinary researcher is really taking on a lot because they're offering to look at something and analyze it and research it and gain new knowledge from multiple disciplines and integrating that into an analysis. Okay, now one thing I'll say about this is that we're undergrads. Okay, I'm not that long ago undergrad. Okay, undergrads. I don't expect graduate study research. I don't expect postdoc research. Okay, just so we know, we're going to take it at a crawling phase of research. You know, just like anything, crawling, walking, you know, running or jogging, running, sprinting. We're in the crawling phase. I'm not going to expect you to give me too much. Don't overthink. That's a big problem here, and I get it. People are ambitious and they want to research something that is totally just impossible. Like, for example, I want to research the effects of climate change on Phoenix. No, you don't. A, you can't do it. There are no parameters in that question. Okay, all right, and there's not. Okay, it's like also it'd be like I want to research the Titanic. You put together information on shipping lanes and weather and icebergs and strength of steel and put it all together. It's not research. You're not adding anything to the body of knowledge. All right. Now there can be two different ways of getting research done. One is discovering new discovery from new data acquisition. The other one is making a discovery from existing data. Okay. But we can't do this one. We have to do this one. Why? Because I don't expect anyone in this undergrad in their situation to be so proficient in their field that they can take data from others and get something new out of it. Very big ask. Okay, can't do it. All right. Yes, if you were in this field for years and that's your study, you want to take other data. You're gonna say, "Aha! I found this." But I don't expect you to do that. So we're gonna stay with this. Keep it easier. Keep it relatively understanding that you're going to gather new data that's never been gathered before. That blow your mind, huh? Okay. So remember one thing going back to this course: the final grade and the grade is based on points, not percentage. Points. I offer 1,045 points in this class, and if I throw in a couple extra videos, I may give you points on that. Chances are not 1,045. Okay, that means that if you get a 88%, I'm just guessing, you might have 900 points. But you might think, oh, I got a B. But you got 900 points. 900 points is an A. So take a look at always look at your points, like what you've earned, what you can earn coming up later. Sure, the percentage gives you an idea where you're headed. I get that. But the bottom line is I'm going to base it. So at the end of the semester, if you're really having trouble in this class, you just got to pass this sucker, and you're going for 700 points. All right? You're not going for 70% because you can get 70% and only have 680 points, I think, if I do the math. So you want to get 700 points, all right? All right, and make, actually, no, that's backwards. I forget. Okay, well, if you want to know, I'll tell you. 700 points, isn't that divided by 1,045 is 67%. So you only have to have 67% to pass. So actually, it's a benefit. All right, that's because there's no extra credit. I do these videos, all right? You're paying for it, right? All right, so the final paper, what does it look like? Okay, so modules, I'm going to say 4 and 5, I have samples in there of the proposal and the final paper. I'm not going to get into those too much, except to say if you're really curious about what a final paper looks like, you can go to module 5, I think, click on the final paper samples. In fact, I think I'm going to throw a couple in that just happened in the summer, because I want to show you what a couple of my students did this summer in a course that's 3 days shorter than this one. All right, so that should put more pressure on you. All right, but no, if you want to see what it looks like, that's what it looks like. I'll show you the paper. You'll get some idea. Now, you're going to be working on this paper from week 1 on. The worksheets and things are going to help you to brainstorm and to put things together. So as you move along, you do all the major papers, the literature, the proposal, all becomes the final paper. All right, so don't panic thinking you're going to write 25 pages in the last week of the class. You don't, right? All right, now let's see. Let's go to Easter egg number 2. Easter egg number 2 at the 14.5-minute mark. Remember what I said about interdisciplinary research? Interdisciplinary research is without disciplinary boundaries. So write that one out for me. Interdisciplinary research is without disciplinary boundaries. All right. All right. So now let's look at module 1. I haven't gotten there yet. All right. Spider on the computer. Okay, so by the end of this module, students will be able to define interdisciplinary research, Let me just do that. Explore what is meant by research. That's what you're gonna do with this, right? All right. And begin to identify a topic. Introduce yourself to the class. Introduce yourself to class discussion. You do 25 points for getting the post up, and then respond to 3 of your students, peers, and you got 40 points. Okay. Um, there are some readings and presentations, and they are, a good instructor would have this module up already. Okay. All right. Under learning materials, it is, okay, chapter 1 and 2, approximately 56 pages of the text. All right. I want you to look at the integrative core. Read that, the final chapter of Klein's text. Okay. She's very active in the interdisciplinary community. One of our icons. You should have heard of her, Julianne Klein. Right. So, all right. Also, look that your project must abide by ethical standards. That's a must read. It's very important, and unfortunately, I have a lot of time to touch on a lot of things here. But ethical standards are important. You cannot work or research any minorities, any vulnerable populations. Okay. Now, that's not like forever, but because you need to get IRB ethical standards approval, which happens every 6 weeks, we obviously don't have time for that in this course, right? So, again, taking it down to a manageable level. All right. But you have to read about those things because you've probably tested on it, right? Okay. So you want to read that. And actually, that's in here in learning materials. Read about it right here. Uh, okay. There's some enrichment things, a couple of links there. Take a look. I'm doing that to help kind of get the juices going. You all came out of 301. Let's go 302. All right. Introduction to the presentations. If you had me before, you're familiar. These are Adobe presentations. They should open a new link. If you don't get any sound, copy that link into a different browser page. It pretty much should solve it. You're going to learn about introduction to interdisciplinary research and about choosing a topic. Both of those are narrated by our colleague, Dr. Hirschhorn. And I decided to keep those yet for one more round, but they're good. All right. So now, in terms of, back to my notes here. All right. So, okay. Worksheet 1. All right. The topic. We're going to get into the topic. All right. Um, I'm doing something different in this course. Okay. I used to take all of my BIS 302 students and I force them. I made it a requirement that you have to set up a call with me, like fast, like now, so we can get your topic. Why? Because I've got 60. It's a weird. I think 64 students right now. Um, I guarantee there's probably 60 different combinations of concentrations out of those 64. So it's different. So I don't really want to just force everyone to say, oh, you're going to do research on the effects of climate change. You're not going to do that anyways. But, okay, you're not going to do the same thing. If you have business communication, you're going to be different than someone has a family, human development, and sociology or something, okay? So I want to try to get it in your wheelhouse, something you can at least enjoy doing, right? All right. So I'm doing something different. You don't have to set up a call with me if you don't want to. If you want to, great, let's do it, okay? But do it fast. Faster the better, all right? Number one. Number two, you can, hold on a second. You like it? Okay.
We're actually I work at a Jeep dealership.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Having a good year
All right.
so
It's from Phoenix, yeah. I already have 11,000 miles on it. Look, it's the only thing I'll stop a lecture for my class to talk about my Jeep. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing a lecture here. All right. So, yeah, what a weak lecture I am, right? Well, like people approach me and look at my significant other. Okay. Anyways, all right. So, the topic. So here's the cut to the chase. All right. Research has to have a methodology and design. Okay. Is it getting dark in here or what? Let's see. That's so stupid. Oh my God. Don't go into the light. Don't go into the light. Are you guys seeing this? Okay. All right. So, um, methodology and design. All right. Methodology could be quantitative or qualitative, right? Qualitative is about qualifying the data, giving it a sense of quality, using your own kind of judgment and coding to qualify the data, to do different things with it. All right. With I will not give up on this. I'm fading away. Is this one of those zombie pics? Come on. Oh, that's better. See less than me, right? Okay, so qualitative. That's what that is. Qualitative is like ethnographic and observational, phenomenological, All right, that's kind of designs that are going in the methodology of qualitative. Quantitative, we're talking about quantities. All right, things that can be quantified. All right, things that can be measured, counted. Quantitative. All right, number of different designs fit quantitative. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Surprise, we're doing quantitative survey. Okay, that's your methodology, that's your design. You don't have to think further on that. Use that in your worksheet. One, I'm giving you that one. Quantitative design. Quantitative methodology, design is your quantitative survey. Survey is your design, quantitative is your methodology. Okay, so because we're doing that because we have a shortage of time, because we need to get data, acquire data. So we're going to survey random adults online. I'll show you how to do that stuff. But to get to your question, which is the most important thing in this whole field, I gave you a start to that question. It's like, what are some of the attitudes, opinions, conditions, experiences? You kind of fill in those blanks with my suggestions. What are some of those experiences, attitudes, opinions regarding blank? That's what you fill in the blank. Regarding blank, revealed in a survey of random adults. Okay, that's it. All right. It's important to phrase it that way. You can see those parameters, right? You're saying what are some of the. You're not saying what are the. You're saying what are the. You're claiming you're gonna find them all, right? You're not gonna find them all. You're gonna say what are some of the opinions, attitudes, experiences regarding sustainability behavior, comma. Okay, that's good. There's more, comma, revealed in a survey. Hey, great. There's your design, but not a survey of farmers. It's a survey of random adults. You can see how that question is, boom, everything's there. That's your scholarly research. Okay, you've defined it. So this is the biggest break I'm giving any class I ever taught in 302, because I know everybody sits there and scratches their head, and I scratch everything off. So that's what the question you're going to answer. You'll see it in worksheet 1. I think that's going to help you out a lot. Let me know. Okay, last big point I want to make, because my God, this is the longest one I ever made. If you don't know how to phrase it, if you can't figure it out, set up a call with me ASAP, okay? I am available. This is the biggest thing. Module 7, last class, I asked them to tell me what did they do to be successful in a short class? What did I do to help them be successful in a short class? And what would they do different? Overwhelmingly, my students in that class that just ended last week said, I stayed on course. I stayed with it, okay? You didn't take a big break. They stayed with it, okay? They asked me if they had a problem. The thing that I did for them, they said with these videos and being available to call, like almost instantly, to reply to emails almost instantly. I take pride in that. Now, I am 2 hours different from Arizona right now, but I'm in Milwaukee. I said that, but that doesn't mean I won't get back to you. Don't cold call me, please. Try not to cold text me either. All right, I go to bed early. I'm old. Okay, so just get me the question, give me the information, set up a call with me. You need to. Okay, now Easter egg number 3. What I just said. Easter egg number 3. Remember it. Ask your instructor. Ask your instructor. Okay. So that's it for now. I'm Michael Fair, and let's get her done, huh? Forks up, eh? See you. By the way, there's a Arizona State scholar that works here in this Starbucks I'm at now. I'm always proud to run into them. Okay. See ya. Peace.